Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we are going to see some information about the bridge generator, so it will be explained, and some other stuff about it too. So first of all, I'm going to enable the wireframe view. The first thing you have to know about the bridge generator, you might have noticed already, is that it doesn't generate columns onto a road that goes under the bridge. So there's no need to assign a specific vertex group to a part of the bridge. You don't want the column to be there. But what you can do instead, if you, let's say Roadscape eventually draw a column close to a road, almost on it, but not really on it, and you don't want it to be here. What you can do, you can go into your bridge generator object, you go into edit mode, you select the curve, you go to surface. Wherever you draw a curve, it will remove the column that is under the curve where you draw, as you can see. If I remove these curves, the column is back. If I draw a curve here, no more column here. If I draw a curve here, no more column here. Okay, so this is way faster, and you don't have to go into the Roadscape object in order to do this. So let's go on with the settings. So the first setting is the deck thickness. So the deck thickness, as the name suggests, is the first deck, which is the first bit of concrete, that is the first layer of concrete of the bridge. So with this, you can choose how thick it is, okay? Its thickness, basically. So this is pretty straightforward. So let's go back to the default value. The second setting is into a different category, which is the deck support. So the deck support, this is the deck, the first layer, the one we just increased the size of. And the deck support is the one under it, which is a bit smaller, okay? So the deck support thickness is, as the name suggests, the thickness of the deck support, okay? So this is as well pretty straightforward. You can have 0, but I don't suggest to have 0 because it will just have no depth at all. So there will be some overlap between the deck and the deck support. Give it at least just a tiny bit in order to, you know, just not to overlap. So let's go back with the default value. I don't know if this is default, but this is good. And the third setting is the Boolean distance. So the Boolean distance is by how much the deck support is smaller than the deck, okay? So if we have 2, it means that there is 2 meters here under the deck for the deck support to start, okay? If we reduce it to 1, only 1 meter here. Okay, so this is a Boolean operation. So this is quite heavy, and this is the heavier operation of the bridge generator. This is the Boolean. Booleans are really heavy in GeoNode. So this is not perfect. The Booleans in Blender are not always perfect. For example, if I go to 3, something will start breaking, and the deck support is clearly gone. So you have to be careful with the value in here. You have to try some value that you think can work. And as you can see, 2 can work. Let's go to 2.1. 2.1 still work. Let's go with, I don't know, 2.35. It works. Let's go to 2.75. It works. If I go to 3, exactly 3, it doesn't work. If I go to 3.1, it works. So you have to be careful with that because this is a Boolean operation, and so the Boolean distance really affects the success of the Boolean operation. So the fourth settings is the column object, okay? So in here, you can choose an object for your column, okay? So you can choose anything you want. Let's have we could have, this is going to be stupid, but we could have a guardrail end as the object, okay? And then we will have to change its scale here in order to be visible because it's not that big at the moment. But as you can see now, we have some yellow guardrail ends as the columns, okay? I don't suggest to do this, but you can choose any object that you want in here in the column object, and it will be placed as the column of the bridge. A few things to know about the column object. So when you import the bridge generator, the column which is used is imported as well. And so the thing that you need to know is that when you create a column for a bridge, you need its origin point to be on the top face of the column. So it will sit exactly on the surface of the deck support, okay? So you need the origin to be on the top face, and it is recommended to select, for example, you can select one face and go into select linked flat face, and then you can choose the angle, but let's keep it with one because we only want flat faces. When you have those faces, you can create a vertex group, which is, I suggest to name it ground with capital G. And so the bridge generator, let's go back into the bridge generator. In the bridge generator, you can see that we can set vertex group to be raycasted on the ground, okay? So if I change this to 0, the raycast that will shrink wrap the bridge bottom faces to the terrain don't work anymore. But if I tap the name of the vertex group we have assigned in the column object, and I hit enter, then it will work, okay? So this is about the column object. Then you can have a column every 15 meters. So if I reduce it to 2, we can see that now we have a column every 2 meters. And of course, they won't draw on top of a road, okay? So let's go back with 15. Let's see what's up with 10. 10 looks quite cool as well. Let's go with 10 for this project. You can say delete within from curve. Okay, so as I've shown earlier, if we draw a curve, it will delete the column which is under it, okay? But we can increase the radius for the column recognition based on the distance from the curve you're drawing. So if I draw a curve here and I set this to 10, of course, everything that is around here is inside the 10-meter radius, and so it will be deleted, okay? Those curves, those columns are okay, but if I draw a curve here as well, they are gone, okay? So this is about it. Let's set it back to 2. This was a good value. And then you have the raycast distance, which is the max distance for the raycast operation to look for the surface of the terrain when it looks down from the bottom face of a column in order to shrink wrap them to the terrain. So if you set it to 1, as you can see, it doesn't work because the bottom face is here. And as you can see, we probably have I don't know, 7 meters in here, or 4, I don't know, in order to meet the terrain. So it will need to be at least 4, maybe 7. Let's see. Yes, you see 7, it starts to work. If you increase this to 5,000, of course it will work, but the bigger the value is, the more taxing it will be on the CPU. So let's go with 500. It's okay. I doubt any of you will have a bridge that sits 500 meters above the surface, but if you have it so, you can change the way it shrink wrap with this value. Then we have the column-based transforms. So the column-based transforms is, as in other generator, the basic transforms of the instanced column object. I don't recommend to change the rotation value because it's a good orientation. Don't mess with this, but you can change the scale in here. In order to change the scale of your column object, this is where you want to do it, okay? So you can choose whatever you want and it will adapt itself, whatever the object. The next one is the barrier category. The barrier category, we have the first option, which is the bridge pole. Okay, so if I remove this and then I select the guardrail end again, we can see that it's now instanced. So because its origin is not correctly set at the base of its mesh, it doesn't instance properly. So this is the same stuff when you create a pole for the bridge. As you can see, it is as well imported when we drop the bridge generator in the scene. And as you can see in this object, the origin is on this edge, which is there, which is at the bottom, very bottom of the mesh and on its sides, okay? So you can do whatever you want. You can choose whatever you want as a bridge pole, okay? So let's go back to the bridge pole. We have a pole every 2 meters. So as you may already know it's instancing every 2 meters. You can change it to 5 or then to 0.5, okay? You have a rail Z offset. So the rail Z offset, as you can see, so this is the rail. And if you change the Z offset, it will simply change its position in height, okay? So this can be useful combined with the normal offset rail in order to position correctly the rail closer. The normal offset rail would set it closer to the road or farther away from the road. And the rail Z offset would set it higher from the road or closer on elevation from the road. So this is how you can choose exactly where it will sit compared to the road and compared to the pole, okay? So this is a good value. Let's go back to, I don't know, this. No, let's go back to something like so. It does work well with this pole. So yeah, normal offset, and as you can see, you can have the rail to be farther away and or inside, more inside, okay? So this can be useful if you have I don't know, some very custom poles that really go inside the bridge, okay? Okay, so we have as well a rail resolution. So for now it's set to 8, which means there is 8 faces to make the circle. If we go back to 4, it will be a cube, basically. If we go to 32, we would have 32 faces on resolution. Let's go back to 8. Then you have the rail radius, okay? So this is, as the name suggests, the radius of the rail. Then you can resample the rail, which is its length, its face length. So if I hit resample, it will use the resampling length, okay? If I set it to 0.10 centimeters, it will create 10 centimeter faces. Let's go back to 28 and let's not resample it. If we don't resample it, there will be, the face will be, I don't know which is the side. Maybe it's based on the evaluation. I don't know. I don't remember, but it's not a problem. You don't have to worry about this. It will work, but sometimes you have corners on your bridge and you want the rail to be more detailed, like subdivided. So the curve of the rail is better looking. So you want to resample, you have a smaller value like so. Then we have the pole-based transforms. So once again, I don't recommend touching the rotation of the base transform for the pole, because this is this rotation that is responsible for correctly orienting the pole towards the road on each side of the road, okay? But then you can change the translation, okay? So it will work. If you change the translation, it will also work based on the orientation of the road compared to the road. You can change also as well the z-axis, and then you can as well change the scale, okay? Every scale, okay? So you can do something like that, something like that. You can do pretty much whatever you want. Then we have the barrier wall. So the barrier wall is this bit of geometry that is sitting on the top of the deck. So this one, the wall, which is here, it is the same material as the deck, but it is just a bit over. And so you can change the width, okay? So one thing to note is that if you, at the moment, I need to fix it. At the moment, if you increase the width too much, one side will start have a funky orientation, and it will break the orientation for the pole. So you don't want to go beyond a certain value. The certain value in this instance is 0.225 millimeters. So something around this. Don't be too greedy with the width of the wall. At the moment, it will be fixed in a next version. So this is the wall width. Then we have the wall height. The wall height, as the name suggests, is the height of the wall. Okay. And then you can choose the material for the rail and the material for the wall. Okay. The material for the bridge pole, you have to apply it to your directly to your bridge pole object, and the material for the custom bridge column, you also have to assign it directly inside the custom bridge column object. And then the last category is simply UVs. So you have control over all the UVs. So the wall top X scale is the scale of the texture on the top of the wall in here. If I go to 1, you can see that it changes. If I go to 50, you can see that it's very small. So let's go back to 1. Wall top Y scale, same, but just in the other direction. So X is like that, Y is like that. Then you have the rotation for the top wall. You have the same for the wall side. So here and here, okay? This is the wall side. You have as well a rotation. If I change it to 90 degrees, you can see that the texture is rotating. You have the rail X scale, so like this, and then the Y, so like this for the rail. Rotation as well. You have the deck scale, so which is here. So you can see if I increase, it's thinner and thinner. And then this one, if I go to 50, as you can see, it changed as well. And you also have the rotation in here. They will have control for the deck support unwrapping. At the moment it's not present, but it will be present in the next version. So this is basically it about the bridge generator. As you can see in the start of the video, I've had some problems with the roadside, which was going under the surface of the bridge deck, and the way I fixed it, let me disable the extra gens in order to show it. The way I fixed it, so we still have one face that is funky here, but whatever, you can always fix this manually, was to go into edit mode, and I added some resolution here. So we didn't have some resolution in here. It was just one single edge between before the dissociation of the vertices for the different vertex group. And so I simply subdivided this, added some more resolution, brought this closer, and this one as well, in order to have everything connecting properly. And as you can see, it fixed the problem of the roadside going through the bridge deck. Okay. One thing I want to mention, I just thought about something cool. Let me know in the comments what you think. As I was assigning the auto marking, I realized that I could develop a second custom marking, but this one will be a curve object, will be a curve-based object, and so you could come over here and apply it to the road, and you could draw a curve in the middle of the road, and then a line will draw inside between the two lanes. Because at this moment, let's go back like this. As you know it, as you may have noticed when I was doing it, this is 2 lanes. So I have one lane back close to another. Okay, so this is a 2 lane, and the way the auto marking generates itself on a 2 lane in Roadscape, it will instance road markings on the outside of the road, as shown here. Okay, like always on the outside, and it will as well instance a line in the middle of the lane. So this is a 2 lane, and this is in fact a 4 if we get to really count how many there is. In performance mode you only have 2, but it results in 2 because every lane is separated into with the markings. So I thought about a generator that would draw a line between the 2 lanes whenever you need it, and we could have a continuous and a dotted as well generator for this. So I think this could be really cool, and I think it is pretty easy to implement. So this may be something that we will see in 3.2. Another word about 3.2 is that I haven't yet decided and made a roadmap. I know some of you suggested it, and yeah, I think that this is good in order to know where we are going with the updates. And I will definitely make a roadmap before starting working on the 3.2. So I will do a roadmap. You won't hear about the roadmap before, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks, because I'm just in vacation at the end of this week now, and I won't be working on the Roadscape whatsoever during this time. I will certainly still be here in order to answer your question, whether it is by mail, Blender Market, or Discord. But I won't be working on Roadscape itself. So I have 2 to 3 weeks to think about the roadmap for the 3.2, and then I will bring it to you guys, the roadmap, so we can know where we are going and what to expect in 3.2. I will also suggest you guys to keep posting in the suggestion channel of the Discord server, in order for me to know exactly what you would like to see in 3.2, and so I can try to take every bit of the ideas that are the most important in everybody's eyes, and so that we can get to choose which features we will implement first. I think this is better if everyone can even vote for the suggestions of others with the thumbs up, or I don't know, a cross, in order to say, yes, I really think this is important, or yeah, no, maybe this can be done later. If everyone can participate, this is really awesome, because I really want this tool to keep developing with the attention and the focus of the needs of everyone which is using it, not only myself and not only a few people, but everyone, because this is the only way to make it evolve better and in a better shape, so that it can really be used in the most flexible and the most complete aspect of it. So this was a little bit outside of the explanation of the bridge generator part of the video. Thank you for making it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.